All right, welcome back.
How's it going?
This is our first video podcast, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we're trying something new. I feel like we
Really
have
okay.
too many cameras.
No,
We
they're
could have a
fine.
couple more,
Okay.
I reckon.
Yeah.
Let's just see. Let's just go through them all. So we have this one. We have the webcam over here. I'm on a roller coaster. I got two. There's one there, one there, one there, one there, one there.
You're gonna be like cutting
One there.
between.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
well, there's one in the water bowl as well.
We got the GoPro going.
Yeah. I guess
Yeah,
this is the first.
utilize the GoPro at its max as well, so we put it in water.
Well, it's an extreme.
yeah,
It's
exactly,
changing up. It kind of feels weird. I can't even see Keagan.
Yeah, I know. How's it going?
I've got a clear view of both of you, so I
Okay.
can be the mediator for any confrontation that you two have,
oh, well,
as
we
per
got,
usual.
we got plenty.
Classic.
Oh my god, you busted into my room this morning. Like, oh shit.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Sure. Why not?
No, we're good.
Shout out, Keagan had a girl in his room this morning.
No,
And I busted it.
Honestly, no, we got
Okay.
Keegan had a
Okay, yeah.
She's not going to listen to it.
Oh, who knows?
All right, we're trying a new format today. This is the first time trying a format where instead of one person doing the topic, where we all brought the topic ourselves, we're going to do speed rounds each,
Mm-hmm.
about 10 minutes each.
Mm-hmm.
What do we think about that? Keegan's on his phone already.
Nope.
He
No,
just
not at all.
started. I have footage of
He
you now. on your
literally
phone.
said that his phone was about to die.
I have
That's why
footage.
we're not using it.
Wow.
Wait, what about your phone?
Yeah,
Well, I got my
Uh,
topic on here. I'll do it
wow.
after.
Wow.
You can have it after.
Should've printed it out like me.
God.
You can have it
Yeah,
after.
should I add your laptop?
I have my laptop, but it's crashed. It crashed. Fuck, man. Look, it's not even working. All
Alrighty.
right, well, I'll start it off. I
All
got,
right,
go for it.
perfect.
I got a topic first. Is everybody aware of skunks?
Yes, the animal.
Yes.
So
I
do
know
I
what
need
it
to?
is.
I have a little bit at the top that explains what a skunk is. Do I need to explain that?
I think most people know what a skunk
Yeah.
is.
Okay, that's good. Well,
Are they like, can you find them in Australia?
they're
Or
not.
they're
I don't
No.
think so. I don't believe they're native.
Yeah, they're mostly American.
Mhm.
But there's a lot of people have skunks as pets.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not a lot of people. I shouldn't have
Some
said a lot.
people.
Limited amount of people
Yeah.
have them as
Some
pets.
people have like lions as pets. Like, people have weird stuff as
Some
pets.
people have humans as pets.
It's called
True.
slavery.
Yeah.
Cancelled.
I'm cancelled?
I was
Yeah,
talking about like when at it's like BDSM where they have like dog masks and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
okay.
fucking love that shit.
That's a callback to a previous episode. Go watch that.
Oy.
You zoned
We're
out. You
talking
checked
to
your
you.
phone. Anyway, so a lot of people have skunks as pets. Yeah. So they're naturally a wild animal. But the first thing that you would do if you had a skunk as a pet is you get it descented, so it can't go spraying itself anywhere.
Okay.
Anyway, that's not that important. Man, I read this 2 weeks ago, so I've fully
Oh
forgotten.
my god. Just
Do you have any more information on despraying?
So pretty much like they
Like the
basically just
snip?
they take out they just take out the glands that cause the spray,
Okay.
and then because people got them taken out, then breeding eventually, it's like they don't even need to do it because if you start breeding skunks that have already been descented, then the ones they give birth to don't have the glands.
Oh, really?
That's something. Yeah.
What's like, the
Crazy.
reason behind them having it in the first place? Is
It's
it
a
like
defense mechanism,
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah.
Apparently, it's so strong. I was talking to Grace about this that you can smell if a skunk has sprayed from like 5 minutes away. Like if you're driving in a car.
5 minutes?
Oh,
That's a
wow.
weird.
Yeah,
she
it's
said she didn't say
interesting.
5 minutes. Okay, she said.
But like more, I would think like a distance. You wouldn't.
Do we
put
get
a
an
time.
exclusive interview for your information research?
Oh my god.
Holy hell.
We have Grace on the line right now. Grace.
Oh, oy.
Oh, it's back.
Is that recording again?
I'll record again.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so it's legal. You can legally have a skunk as a pet. Most people
Yeah.
do because it's like a replacement for a cat or a dog,
Mm.
and they just want it because it's like unique or something like that. Legally, you need to get a permit for it, but in fact, there's 19 out of the 50 states that make it legal to own a skunk as a house pet. Each have different permit restrictions.
Mm.
Now, this is huge, as skunks account for the second largest account for rabies in wildlife in the US.
Or when first being.
Just in general. Like if they bite you, it's
Yeah.
very dangerous.
I
So
don't know,
then-
but like the second most.
I
you say.
didn't.
Well, let's brainstorm for a minute. What do you reckon it would be? Is it
For
not-
rabies.
Yeah.
It'd be like a
What's the most typical thing with rabies?
like a raccoon or something like that.
Maybe, yeah.
They're pretty,
Squirrel.
yeah, something
Maybe
like that.
squirrel. Like there are so many
Beaver.
squirrels. Not so many.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Now, around the world for skunk ownership,
Mm.
Poland considers skunks as regular pets like cats or dogs. They have to be from specific breeders, though.
Yeah.
And then same with the UK, where you can own and breed just fully without a license. So if you're looking to get
in
into
the
skunk business, get on over to Poland.
Jesus.
Okay, so from yep. Now
Now.
We're getting.
that's just the intro.
Okay,
You thought that
okay.
was it? Silly boys. Now we're on to the annual Skunk Fest.
Oh, okay.
This is making a lot of noise.
All right, that camera's going off.
That's off. On to the annual Skunk Fest, held in Ohio
Of course.
each year, where skunk owners and lovers are able to meet up with other skunk people, talk about skunks, meet other skunks,
Mhm.
compete with other skunks.
And are they all decentered?
Yeah, you have to be.
Oh, surely you,
compete?
like
Let me get to it, Keegan. You pissed off when I said So now the event is very well run. The strict rules are that you're not able to touch another person's skunk.
okay. What is it, like a robot wars, like fight to the death?
Just wait. I haven't even. Oh no, wait. Let me check this one. Still wrecking. So you're not able to touch another person's skunk. They must be on a leash at all times, or
The person or the skunk?
skunk,
Okay, sorry.
and they could be in a pram.
Oh, wow.
Oh, those
Now-
are the pompous, prestigious.
Now, if a skunk
skunks.
does have a little nibble, little bite on another person, it is required that that skunk is beheaded
What?
to find out if it has rabies or not. That's the only way they can find out.
Wow.
Shit.
Yeah. So it's
The
just like,
only way.
yep. And there's this
One
one.
like, you know how you can get like little face mask things for
Yeah,
dogs,
muzzle, yeah.
muzzles. I reckon they just have them. For
I don't know.
skunks.
Yeah, I didn't.
That
They
could be a good business venture, guys.
Skunk
muzzles.
Boutique as fuck, but
I'd imagine getting a raccoon all dressed up, like hair ribbon, colored stuff. It bites someone, boom,
you're out.
off with its head. Yeah.
How soon after does it happen? They're like,
straight away.
It's like
as soon as it's like they
So-
like
as soon
a
as
little
it's
nipple, it's like-
announced or like.
So I was watching a Vice doco on Skunk Fest, and one chick was like, she loved this skunk like it was a pet because it was.
Mm.
And then her like cousin or someone, her cousin's kid, like got a little bite of it, and people just came, took it away, chopped its head off, and then brought it back to her
Oh.
with like it was the head and the body in a bag.
did it have rabies?
I don't know.
No.
But they just
that
have
would
to,
be the worst.
God.
Like
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, just.
Do you imagine if that was the same practice with like normal pets?
Yeah.
Can you
that'd
imagine
be
that?
like-
Like, imagine
So-
like your beloved dog or cat or whatever. It's like, oh my god! You just get it given to you in a bag with its
That's
head cut off.
okay, so let's go back to
I'm
Skunk
not going
Fest.
to react to that. No.
No.
Well, it's a pretty traumatic thing for skunk owners. I don't want to
Yeah.
be bringing up past memories to our
Pretty
wide fans. of-
Traumatic to be a skunk owner.
we've had about 20 plays in the US, so maybe one of them is a skunk owner
Yeah,
in Ohio.
they're
at least.
bound to be.
Yeah.
Bound to be.
So now Skunk Fest started in 2001. It was a small picnic for just skunk owners,
Mm.
but it has soon grown to become the largest skunk meetup in the world. I'm not sure there's many competing, but
Still in the world.
now the event includes the skunk run,
Classic event.
best skunk costume,
Mm.
best detective skunk.
What's it finding?
They put like a little monocle on it, and, like a little coat.
It was Sherlock Holmes.
And then there's the overall. This is the big one. This is the Oscars. Keegan, off your phone. This is the big one.
Oh, no, I'm just.
I can see it on the camera right now. The overall king, queen, prince, and princess competition, where each skunk is judged on their overall fitness, color, fur, and movement in general by breeders, vets, and experienced skunk owners.
Wow.
I wonder what like the ideal movement is. Had,
just
some
like it-
swagger.
Shaking its hips.
Yeah.
It's walking.
It's got a bit of mobility,
Yeah.
you know, bit of flavor. Now the skunk royalty competition is, like I said, this is a grand jury prize. This is the Oscars of skunks. Now the Vice documentary that I was watching follows around a lady called Deborah. Now she's the founder of Skunk Fest.
Okay.
They went to her house and she has 50 skunks. She lives in a place called Skunk Haven.
Does she just like keep buying skunks?
It's like
or just-
breeding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so then she's also, because she's so popular, if you wanted to buy one, you'd just go to her and buy one off her,
Yeah.
because you know it's kind of like safe.
The
And,
good stuff.
but being the footage of in her house was terrifying. It's just cages and all these little things, and they all squeak. They make like squeak sounds. It's
They're
terrifying.
not living a good life.
Well, yeah, that's what, because she had to like feed them all. They like have to be feed like very strict times. And yeah, it looked horrible. Like she was stressed out of her mind, and she was like, if they're not fed, like they'll just start throwing up and stuff like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Well, yeah. How big was her house?
it wasn't big.
Yeah. See, like
It looked horrible. Like
have a
claustrophobic.
backyard, have it outside or something.
Don't have it.
Now, so she,
Yeah,
like I
or just
said,
don't have it.
so Deborah runs the festival, and it follows her closely, right? I'm just trying to find where.
Oh my god.
Okay, so over the previous years, the winners of the Skunk Fest royalty competition, it's like a big thing. I found the Facebook page, and people just brag about who the winner is until the next one comes around. Pretty good page. Like people are really invested in this. Also, skunkhaven.net or whatever the website was, .com. Lots of information about skunks. If you're interested.
That sounds
in-
like a dirty porn site or something.
Now,
we
Skunk
can't, sorry,
Haven.
we can't be too raunchy. This is our first video episode, and Grace, Dylan's partner, has said that we
Yes,
get
finally.
too raunchy.
oh yeah,
They finally see what we look like.
I know.
Ooh.
we've had one review and it's that we're too raunchy.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh,
from Grace.
oh.
Yeah, no, not on any actual review.
Oh,
No,
okay.
shout out Grace. Also a
Grace.
subscriber.
I just winked with both fucking eyes. I just
Just
blinked.
blinked.
Yeah.
Okay, so now Deborah, as she runs the event, this kind of ticked me off a little bit. So she entered her skunk Gidget into the royalty competition, and the doco was 2017, and she came out as the winner. Gidget won Queen Skunk, and I was like, that's a little bit. It kind of took me the wrong way because she has such
it
like
was being
she's
recorded or something.
yeah. Well, she runs the event.
Ah, yeah.
She's like a very positive influence in the community. It's like maybe just don't like. Obviously, you're gonna have the best skunk. Let someone else take
Why'd
it.
you have
Or
to
even
mention
if-
that it was 2017? I was very curious about that.
Oh, because if you want to,
I thought he
because-
was making
just
a
like-
specific mention
Yeah.
of it.
Oh, well,
He's
she
like, no, in 2017.
well, because they didn't win 2019's. Gidget didn't win.
Well, was he dead? Got his head chopped off.
Yeah, I wonder if there's sabatage. Like, some
Oh,
people pretend to
yeah.
get bit.
Ooh.
Gidget bit me.
Yeah.
Actually, so the 2018 Skunk Fest was a bit slower because it rained.
Oh.
So there wasn't as big as a turnout. And then yeah, she didn't win 2019. I can only imagine it's because Gidget has let herself go.
Oh my god! Do you have a picture of Gidget, like a
Just type
before
in
and after?
skunk on Google.
That's
Gidget.
Oh
Gidget.
my
Yeah,
god,
that's
that's
Gidget.
is it like a before and after shot. This is
This is me before Weight Watchers.
All right, well I'm done.
Hey.
That's my topic.
oh very nice.
Skunk Fest.
That
Okay.
was good. I like that. Why do you look there? That was
I thought my
nothing.
computer's still heating
Well, I
up. I
think
turned it off.
mine's going off. What the hell?
All right, I'm gonna put this camera on. Keagan. Keep going. Who's
That
next?
was
All
it.
right, you can go. I've got mine. But
I got the most exciting topic. You guys gonna fucking love this.
hell yeah, we'll finish off strong then.
So my topic is about sorry, just gonna get this up. Yep.
You don't remember?
Why the United States still uses, or why?
What?
I don't know if I
Anytime
really-
now.
It's just all about the metric versus imperial systems and how the US kind of fallen behind. You know?
Yeah, they just don't want to change.
No.
Okay,
This is like a
let's
bit of
isolate
a.
all our American audience.
Yeah. This is more about like a backstory about how
What?
how it happened, or like how they like nearly changed and became normal.
Yeah.
they haven't.
Before we go into that,
Yes.
let's go into the backstory of how this topic came about to you.
I like maths.
Okay. Fair enough.
And I was always, because in my actual like workplace, my primary
Do you wanna
workplace.
say where you work?
This is a secondary.
Yeah, give more. We need more Keagan info.
I deal with a lot of measurements,
Mm,
and it's kind of because the company I work for is an American-based company.
mm.
There is a lot of like things measured in feet, and I'm like, that's stupid. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I was just curious why
Okay.
they haven't migrated to this new topic. This new system. And this is like a bit of it's been like a couple of occasions over Earth's lifetime
Mhm.
where the US have attempted
Earth's
to
lifetime. Yeah.
where they've attempted to change.
Oh, they
And-
have attempted.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll tell you about it.
I'm
So
curious.
first one's in 1793.
Oh
Mhm.
man,
We're going back.
They used to like, for each state had a different kind of way of measuring.
Mm.
So they were wanting to be, they pretty much were getting to a stage where they needed one. So that like interstate commerce could be less difficult.
Mm.
So
Well, the other day, just recently, Dylan made a comment saying, like, how people, when the calendar was made or when the days were named,
oh yeah.
Sunday, Monday. If you want to elaborate on that more, because I'm just going to be reiterating what you
What's
were
good?
saying.
Wait, what's it got to do with?
Just like they wanted one system.
Oh,
they
yeah.
needed one way. How does it get across in 17 whatever?
Is this like how
How does the news travel? It's like, all right, we're doing this.
Yeah.
When like somewhere across the thing, it's like they're still doing a
haven't-
different way.
They haven't
Yeah.
got it. Yeah, because I was pretty much saying like when the calendar first came out and like Monday to Sunday happened, the first guy would have been like, oh, today's Sunday and I'm starting it and it's gonna be 7 days and it's gonna change when the sun goes down. But then like when you heard about it, you lived in a different country or whatever, or different city,
Mm.
and you're like, oh, so he came up with that. How many? Like, what day is it today?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
when did everybody get on the same page?
well, that's like kind of similar to this.
Mm.
In
Look at
Norway,
that.
like-
It's all coming full circle.
So what pretty much happened was the Secretary of State at the time was Thomas Jefferson. You know that name?
Mm-hmm.
And he knew about a new French system and thought it was just what America needed. So he wrote to France. He did some smoke signals. And then the
Ooh.
French sent a scientist named Joseph Dombey off to Jefferson carrying a small copper cylinder. And how much do you think this cylinder weighed?
A gram.
A copper cylinder. Yeah,
Object
not much.
weighed exactly 1 kilogram.
Oh.
So that was like their way of. So pretty much it was like this object where everyone's like, okay, we're gonna base
All our
stuff
measurements.
off this,
Mm-hmm.
and then so this went around, and so pretty much it was gonna be going from a boat from France to America,
Mm-hmm.
and they were crossing the Atlantic, and they ran into a giant storm, pushing him into the Caribbean.
Oh.
Wow. Do you know what's lurking in the Caribbean?
Pirates.
A good time.
Pirates.
Oh my god.
Also a good time. More specifically, though, they're waterborne criminals tactically supported by British government, and they were tasked with harassing enemy ships.
Huh.
So pretty much, so they took Joseph Dombey prisoner on the island of Montserrat.
Fuck.
That's my favorite part of the whole fucking podcast.
And they're hoping to obtain ransom for him. Unfortunately, the pirates and Dombey as well died.
Oh my god.
Did the kilo of copper survive,
The
Well,
cylinder.
ultimately,
or it didn't make it?
the kilogram made it into American
Ooh.
hands by an American land surveyor. Had it. And it was passed down their family until 1952
Mm.
when Andrew Ellicott Douglas, an astronamer,
Wow.
sorry.
Oh, God. Yeah, what year is this?
Gave it
An alien came down.
to an agency that just got it.
And didn't do anything with it.
Yeah, well, because
Put it
pretty
in a
much
museum.
it turned out that the kilogram, that the cylinder wasn't actually a kilogram. And this is the thing that like varies a lot. Like,
Yeah.
there was like a lot of variation in what was
What it
considered
was.
a kilogram. So this one, like, if pretty much nowadays, if someone like found it, well, there is like you can see it at a museum.
Mm.
But if you weighed it, it wouldn't be a kilogram. They're like,
Mm.
this is gonna be the kilogram. So I was curious; it could be like completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine if everything was weighed at like 793 grams or something. That was a kilogram. That'd be so shit.
And then when they
Yeah.
actually got scales in, they're like, this
Well,
whole
that's what-
time.
yeah.
It's like the whole thing about like currency. Like, I don't know, you look at like there's.
You get there.
I'm trying to think of like a currency.
A dollar?
where-
There's $1, $2,
Keagan.
$5,
No,
$10.
So you got like the euro, and that's very similar to the dollar. But then you've got like the yen, which is like
Mm.
a bit more like,
Inflated and
and then
in
there's
terms
other
of
ones. So it's like you get to the stage. I forgot. I think it's like Zimbabwe or something. Where they have like 1 million is like $10.
A couple dollars.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Which just gets too full on. Like you can be a multi-trillionaire, and it's like maybe like $100,000. So back to my. This is not the only time that the US have charged go metric.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. I'm ready for these
You
other
guys seem
times.
very excited about
Yep.
this. We haven't nearly had a special guest. have we?
Yeah, Declan nearly came in. I also noticed the GoPro died. I think it's got water damage.
But these ones are still going. I still got.
No, we're fine. Keep it up.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad.
We're all here for you.
And oh my god, I'm gonna move on for that one.
What?
And
What?
Yeah, you gotta
don't
try.
wanna just talk because this kid, you'll have a go at me.
What?
Wait,
For pronouncing things.
go for
No,
it. Come
no,
on.
no,
That's
no.
what
Oh,
the fans
God.
come back for. They
Wait,
want
we
to hear.
skip another time. We can't skip another time. There are only like 3 times that they
Yeah,
were
yeah,
Yeah,
trying
you
to
jumped from
change.
the 1700s to when astronauts were around.
Okay, in 1875,
Okay, we're back.
Ah.
the
Back it up.
United States signed the Convention de Metre,
Ah, yeah.
established
Hey, weren't you there? Or you knew somebody else
international
there?
body to maintain metric
What?
standards.
Just trying something.
In 1893,
You know
all
when you get-
weights and measures used in the country were defined with respect to metric standards. So 1 pound is officially defined as.
We lost the
0.
camera. Sorry to
Oh, we did?
interrupt. We lost one camera.
Oh yeah, it did, yeah.
I'll do
But
it.
that's all right. Oh, wait, I
What are
can
you
do
doing?
that.
Yeah, you do it. We gotta get it back on. Keep talking, Keegan. We're all fully listening.
Oh, we actually lost
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
I thought it like officially just.
Just died. No, we're going to another recording.
Oh,
Perfect.
Yeah, nice, yeah, nice. In 1893. Oh, no, it's the same one.
Oh.
This is a great. Yeah, pretty much. Biggest reason the US hasn't adopted the metric system is simply it's too much time and effort, and it would cost way too much money.
Yeah, true. I
So-
wonder how
But-
much it would cost.
But like, why would it cost so much money? Do you think? Like, how hard
Like-
would it be to just? I mean, maybe that they have measurement, like not cups and stuff, but
Yeah.
Imagine
all
all the
this-
new rulers they have to get.
Wait.
They just have. Oh, we got another shipment of
fuck.
rulers. Where are we gonna put it? We're full.
Like all the old rulers, like you have to donate them to a
what do
ruler
they
society
measure?
or
What do
something.
they measure? What are their units? Inches.
Yeah, but like I guess our rulers do have that. on there
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Yeah, they probably just.
Because there's 2 sides of it.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm sure
Give them our
rule-
rulers.
I'm sure.
No, I
they,
think it's
I'm
more
sure they
like-
have the same.
You know how
rule.
many spare rules I had after every fucking year where you buy new in high school, primary
yeah.
school, you just buy new gear every single year.
Yeah,
you buy gear.
I reckon we should start like a program of people that have to donate their rulers to the US, and
Yeah.
we can change the metric system problem
Yeah.
in the
Alright.
US.
Yeah.
I think there is a bit of a.
Dylan
I think the
2020.
major thing though is like.
Donate the rulers.
Is this our campaign?
Yeah.
All right, I love it. I think
More rulers.
not to be like a dampener on the whole campaign, but like I think the main reason is
First
like
doubter.
potentially like their standards and like the way they build things are all based off.
If we have a lawnmower
like inches and
next
stuff.
door, we're cutting the bog.
Wait, yeah, we have what?
like based off like the inches and like the
Yeah.
feet and stuff. So it's like you have to change all of that, and then there's a whole like calculation side of it.
Well, I think the thing it would like knock Subway fully out of business because you couldn't order a 6-inch or a
Oh
4
my
anymore.
God.
Fuck Subway. I'm going on record saying fuck Subway.
What would you do instead?
Go to
What-
KFC, go anything
No,
else. It's
no,
just
no.
as bad
No,
as
Subway
Subway.
just-
No,
Wouldn't-
no.
no,
As
it's-
in like, what would you call like a 6?
Subway just wouldn't be able to recover
30
from.
centimeter.
They wouldn't be able to recover. They would just go out of business.
I'm happy with that.
Donate the rulers. Fuck Subway. Oh, this one died as well. What's happening here?
That one's been.
Keep
Keep talking.
more
No,
noise.
I think that's about it for me.
Well, thanks, Keegan.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, this one's
Oh, you
overheated.
guys were
Actually overheated.
No, it's
Oh,
You're
that
not-
would have been
You're not in
fun.
the shot. You're out of 2 of the cameras right now.
I know, just fixing one. Just press the damn record
working
button.
here. Right.
How do I look?
Well, it's just okay. Who's up next?
All right, well,
Sorry
we
about the
only got
technical
one
difficulties.
person left, so
You're right.
I will go next, unless any of you got another topic.
No.
Okay. So
Checking.
just
This
do
one's
a
going to turn off in
camera
a
check.
minute.
Do I turn it back on then?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, but we'll keep talking so
Yeah.
our listeners don't get too
Not
annoyed.
all about. It's more about the
The video,
not the video.
Yeah, I was just checking. You guys keep talking, and I'll work around you guys.
is the camera guy.
That's on
Oh, yeah,
Keegan. Keegan's just picking his nose, and we got it.
All right, so my topic today is going to be about psychics and clairvoyant mediums.
This is Rhys's
Ooh.
thing is like fetishes, psychics. Like he just loves all that BDSM, ASMR.
What are you trying to say?
You're weird.
Well, I got a couple notes just
Just
here.
a couple.
Just a couple notes. So we're all familiar with things like cold reading. That's one of the biggest ways.
Call
that-
back.
Yeah, that's a callback. So I did want to
True.
mention that first.
Call back.
What was it a callback to? Who was talking about it?
I
Probably me.
had it about the girl that thought she could.
Yes,
diagnose
your
people.
topic. And that's my topic. So,
Oh, there, we've done it.
All right. See you guys later.
so apparently, this is from my research. The first. What do you want me to do?
Just keep going.
Oh, okay. The first people to be like recorded or dated as the first psychics or mediums were these people called the Fox sisters, and they were from New York, and they essentially played an important role in spiritualism and like the other side and connecting with ghosts and things like that.
Mm.
So they ended up there were three sisters, and two of them were like, well, let's just start doing this kind of thing. And their older sister, it kind of took some time to get around to it, but they convinced her to get along with it. And they ended up just doing things like really typical movie stuff. Keegan, it'd help if you eye contact.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, I'm
you
just looking
weren't
at
on your
you.
phone. You can see. You have your laptop, and you're touching the screen.
My bad.
But anyway,
Yeah.
think of a typical old 90s horror movie
Yeah.
where they're around a table and things are moving.
Okay.
They would kind of do that with they'd have things rattling under the table, and when they're holding hands. I believe they had an apple on a string to make knocking sounds, like banging on a door
That's
or
pretty-
something.
what year was
that's
it, sorry?
OG. From what I researched, I didn't put the year down, so
Nice.
look up the Fox sisters and you'll get it.
Yeah,
But
it's pretty ahead of the
essentially-
time.
Yeah, they just kind of just trying to look for where I'm up to. But essentially, they would just do that, and they
Keegan. We're losing you.
I'm back.
they would make so much money doing this. They had people
Oh,
come
yeah.
in, and heaps of people. Everyone was like, "I want to talk to."
Was there skeptics at this early
Not
stage?
that I found.
Mm. Everyone was
Because
pretty.
people wouldn't. I don't think people questioned it as much as they would right
Yeah.
now.
People wouldn't call you out because there's no internet. Or anything.
Exactly. And I think they toured as well. They'd go to different cities and obviously have to set stuff up. But some of the some of the things that help psychics and mediums and these kind of people convince people like us, other people, non-psychics.
Nomads. No, what was the word? Muggles.
God.
It's a Harry Potter shout out.
I'm
You
gonna
don't
put.
know what Harry Potter is? It's a kids' book that turned into a movie series.
I'd say young adult fiction.
Sorry, Rhys, continue. Sorry
But
for Dylan interrupting you. Please continue.
Well, some of the other ways that help people get convinced are things like warm reading, whereas cold reading is like.
It's the opposite.
Yeah, well, I mean, from my research, it was essentially the same thing, but
They just
it's
leave
like,
the heater on overnight.
but there's hot reading too, which is using information that you already know about someone. So if I said, if I knew that your dad had a foot fetish or something, I could use that and go, I'm seeing toes. You know, that's the thing. Yeah, you know,
seeing toes and mouth.
something.
She's trying to-
That's a hot read, and I think apparently a warm reading is like. It's like say your great grandma died or whatever, someone died in your family and they had a necklace or something and you wear it. So if you'd come into the reading, usually you'd be more susceptible coming to these things.
Yep.
But if you had a necklace, they'd be like, I might be feeling jewelry or something like that, and you'll be like, the necklace she gave me, kind of thing. So that's one of them.
I wonder how many times that stuff, like they've said like that, like it's a stretch, like they look at a watch and they're like, was maybe
I'm seeing time.
Yeah, and then like
I'm seeing time.
but then like they're like, yeah, this was like my granddad's watch or something like that, and then it's like, fuck yes, I'm like, I'll ride this out.
Yeah. What's the thing? I think they are really vague in, even if they seem so specific. They are actually really vague, so they can backtrack if it's not right. So a lot of the time, another thing is more modern compared to when it was started, is sitter misremembering. And like, say, I have an example here. Someone was saying, the medium was saying, like, Bambi, why am I connecting to Bambi? Like the Disney movie. And one of the sitters stated that their father wouldn't shoot deer because of the movie Bambi. He wouldn't hunt. And then in the post interview, he was saying, "Oh, it's weird that he knew that my father wouldn't shoot deer and things like that." So they don't remember that they brought that information out instead of the medium actually being specific, and it seems like they were. Yeah. Another thing is shotgunning, which we're kind of familiar with. It's when they're like doing cold calling to a crowd. Yeah, because it's like they're trying to get a wide spread of
shotgunning. That's a good word for it.
I never would have had that one. Another one is called the Rainbow Ruse.
You're not going to explain that one?
No. And that was essentially a statement which simultaneously awards the subject, the person, a specific personality trait as well as the opposite. So an example is like Keagan. I'm just giving you because Dylan was the last example. So Keagan, most of the time you're positive and cheerful, but then there's been some time in the past where you've been very upset. Do you relate to that?
I do. Yeah, that's pretty.
Do it feel like
accurate.
I'm talking straight to you?
I feel like shit.
I'm a medium. So I got some numbers back to
questioning my life right now.
What does he know?
Yeah, exactly. Apparently, revenue is expected to grow almost 1% each year to a total of 2.3 billion by 2024.
And podcast is over. We are psychics now.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, I thought the thing ended or something. I thought we stopped recording.
I wonder
Everything
how long
ended.
it would take to like become good at that whole like.
Well, from what I looked up, it's just about reading people.
Yeah.
Like you hear people like Tony Robbins and maybe not so much that Gary guy.
Yeah.
He sells stuff or whatever. But you like if
So it's like
Tony
a skill
Robbins,
to have, like,
if he wasn't such like a famous whatever, he would be so good at being a medium or whatever because he can read people, he knows people and how to talk to them or whatever. So I'd imagine, and he's huge. He's a giant too, so he'd fit like a little quirk as well. But what else? I found some corruptness.
Ooh, as if what?
Yeah, believe it or not, there was some
God.
corrupt people in this industry.
That's hot.
And on May 9th, don't have a year, but a fortune teller, and we're calling you out, Ann Thompson.
Oh, shout out Ann Thompson. Call in.
Cancelled.
Call in. I don't think she's in
I'm
jail.
gonna
But call in.
I'm gonna put a number on the screen right now.
1-800-PSYCHIC. She was arrested by the New York Police Department on suspicion of defrauding clients out of over $800,000.
I was
Wow.
expecting more.
I was
to be
expecting more
honest.
as well.
Okay, we'll get there though. And as of 2018, the same investigator who brought down Miss Thompson or Mrs. Thompson has successfully
Thompson.
prosecuted 30 psychics and recovered more than $3.5 million to his clients.
Wow.
So that's pretty, like, it may not seem like a lot considering how much they make.
Yeah.
To get that much for, like, getting that much back for your clients. Pretty good.
That is
But
good.
like,
I just picture
how are they getting the money back? Like they're the people are like having their psychic read or whatever. Like they know the whole like.
That's the thing. It's like
just
you're very they are so susceptible to it. Otherwise, why would you go to a psychic? You know.
Yeah. Like they and I feel like they would be like skeptical. Like I feel like everyone should be skeptical about it.
Yeah.
So like, why are you paying money? Like I feel like the person, I don't know. It's like don't go to those things. So,
yeah, it's
like,
different for different people though. Like sometimes they have lost someone that was very close and maybe they're very alone themselves. So they'll go to this person to maybe hear another thing or
then isn't that good then for the maybe it's like it's all fake and stuff and maybe they're like
but they're losing a lot of money in something that they think is real. You know? Like that piss you
I
off.
guess.
I just picture the investigator being like a psychic himself and being able to, and it was like this whole like.
What?
I'm waiting. We're
Yeah,
ready.
what
Keep
the
going.
No,
Was that part of it?
You just gave up on
Oh,
on the bit.
I just didn't know where to take it. I was like, okay, so here's a psychic, and he's finding other psychics, but then maybe like so he's like conning he's getting back at all the psychics, but then he's
Wow.
actually
Just give
wait. Then he's actually like taking advantage of the whole police force, and he's like this higher being psychic.
And then funneling the money back into the psychics that they're taking from. Okay. But we do have a bit of psychic crossing coming up soon.
That's what I
Don't
like.
you worry about
Oy.
that. Another person, Jacqueline Miller. She claimed to be a fortune teller. Shout out, Jacqueline.
For the audio listeners, Rhys just shook his head.
She has been jailed for conning a family, just single family, into giving her $1.6 million
Oh my-
Wow.
to lift a family curse.
Oh, that's a good price.
I mean,
I'm kidding. That's fucked.
that's insane. So a lot of sites, while I was doing my research, a lot of the sites give ways to describe whether or not your psychic is a scammer or not. But they're all scammers.
Yeah.
Like, unless they're like out of the good of their heart, just wanting to help you and going, you should be like, I'm seeing this, like, do this or whatever. Like, I don't know how you would be a psychic and do it wholeheartedly without, like, with a clear conscience.
Yeah.
I
Conscience.
feel like there would be people that would have that belief though. They would have this self belief that they're like maybe they are cold reading, but they believe that maybe like that is their power, and then it gets things out of people, and like I don't know. I feel like there'd be people that believe in what shit stuff they're doing is actually good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, Keagan.
Hey.
Because some people think that they have a superpower. Call
Yes.
back to
Call
Keagan's
back.
episode.
Ooh, great episode, one of our best.
Because they
I think
read
our best.
Are you even here right now?
Yeah. What?
because they
Talk-
read people so well.
Yes.
That's what their superpower is.
Nice.
They think that they are actually psychic because they convince themselves, like you were saying just before. So here down under in Big Oz, Big Australia,
I guess we're gonna let them know our
I
location.
mean, this is where we are. So we have our own Julie Mackenzie, who is an international author and winner of the International Psychic Challenge held in Ukraine
Ooh, wow.
Wow.
in 2014.
24. That's ages ago.
That's a while ago.
Yeah.
And let me just say that the International Psychic Challenge was a 13-week television series.
Oh shit.
And it's not an actual
Have you watched it?
event. No, I haven't watched it. I don't. I
Wow.
couldn't. I did look up, but I couldn't find anything. If we do find anything for future research, we'll put it on the podcast.
It'll be on the Instagram.
Yeah, on the Instagram.
With Instagram listed.
Am I boring?
Yeah,
you,
Keagan is. What the hell?
How's he going?
So, on her website, Julie said that she learned to communicate with the beings that she called spirit while living on a farm, and this was plastered everywhere. The farm had minimal electricity.
Okay.
For no reason is this connecting to anything else
I
that I
just thought
found.
they were
She
like-
just wanted to mention that she had no electricity or minimal electricity. Like that
Yeah.
doesn't even. You could have a bit. It's just not as much as other people.
Yeah.
I guess. So I don't know
Why
why
did she say it? Why'd you say it?
Because it was so absurd. Like
Yeah.
because she mentioned it, I was like, okay,
I'm gonna
interesting.
mention it. Because she mentioned it, I'm going to mention it.
But no one taught her. Don't look at the paper. I'm just going to drop this.
Paper cam.
Paper cam.
I'll put it on my... Oh, no, you got this one.
Yeah, exactly. She wasn't taught, and that was the biggest difference between her and other psychics out there.
Yep.
She learned, but she learned completely through her spirit, is what she called the thing that she
Can you please
did.
be less aggressive with your placement of your paper?
during her personal readings.
Audio listeners, Rhys just dropped the paper. We gotta be like that still.
No, you don't.
Julie is able to connect with spirit and tell her subject about the person they are hoping to hear from. And she also has a YouTube channel, which I did watch, and she makes
Quality
predictions. And she says that the information that she bases her predictions off are through her connections with this spirit. So she had a prediction video for 2020, and I got a couple screenshots that I'll share with you on the Instagram. And for the Australian politics, I know we're an international, worldwide podcast, but I'll just do this for a little bit. She's claiming that the spirit told her there was going to be a sex scandal, a payoff under the table, the passing of an old politician and a younger politician.
Okay.
We're going to push sustainability of land, and there's going to be a new bill passed.
When did the video up? Sorry.
It was the start of this year. She recorded it on the 8th of the 12th, 2019.
Okay.
So we're going to keep in track. I'll come back to you at a later podcast, see
Yeah, I
what
like
she's
updates.
done.
I'll tell you what I'm still missing actually. We still don't have any Flat Earth Valentine's Day cards from Rhys.
Oh my God.
Well, guess what? Valentine's Day is coming up, and I'll give you both a Valentine's Day card.
Put on the okay, thanks.
And then we can release them to the public, sell them, make some bucks. And she's also, she claims that she knows where worldwide attacks will happen.
Okay.
And she's claiming that it'll happen in Italy, London, France, Norway, USA, just to be specific.
Yeah.
Naming every
Beijing, Australia, and USA again.
single Australia. Oh my God.
I know. And she did mention the very unfortunate lint occurrence that happened, attack wasn't it in Sydney? At the lint store?
Yeah,
there was
that's a while.
She
yeah,
predicted
but she
that.
mentioned that she's like, because she's Australian. She's
Yeah.
like, it was really sad, but I think another attack's going to happen.
Also, it's like terrorism attack.
Yeah, she did say that. And she says that her spirit told her that the attack in France will have something to do with nerve gas.
Oh.
And that Norway was a bit of a shock to her that there was going to be an attack there. So
Wow. Did she pick coronavirus?
she didn't. I didn't see coronavirus, but I'm sure she'll
Or
claim that.
bushfires.
And
Yeah, she's missed a couple of.
the most ridiculous
the
thing.
Pictures of her.
Yeah, the most
Oh, wow.
ridiculous thing that she said during that attack segment was that apparently, this quote by her, hijacking planes seems to be coming back.
Oh my
Oh, that is cancelled.
Back in fashion, hijacking planes. So that's really all about our lovely, whatever, Mackenzie. I don't know, Julie Mackenzie, whatever her name was.
We'll get one of
looks
those
like a great
photos up.
person.
On the-
Yeah, we'll get
on Instagram.
we'll get a little segment of her video. But the rest of my notes are essentially just like there is very little scientific proof that like astrology and things like that are a predictor of traits and stuff. Like there've been tests and studies where they've had psychics come in and try and match people and their personality and what they like and whatever to certain star signs and things like that. Just as that's a little part of being a psychic, I guess, and all readings and things like that. And what else?
Wonder how easy. Yeah, like if one of us was just like, we should just try it for like an experiment for the podcast.
Have a guest on or something.
Have a guest on, or even just make like a very convincing website and then like pitch towards like the Today Show or something like that.
Well,
And what,
Cool.
get on the Today Show?
yeah, that'd be hilarious. I feel like all you need is like a good website, and if you just like write some like
Well-
fake accounts and stuff, where else would they check? as well?
exactly. You wouldn't even need a good website. Have you seen some of the websites out there?
That's what I'm saying. If we
It's
have a good one, we'll
ridiculous.
stand out even more.
Yeah. Well, going back to what you were saying, Keegan. Sorry, you, Dylan,
Oh, fuck.
about the.
I was looking for.
Oh no, I've come to you too many times.
Yeah.
I need to move over now.
Yeah, true.
Call back to your
The bond's stronger
investigator.
here than over there.
the investigator being a psychic
Uh-huh.
and duping other psychics.
Yep.
A very famous psychic released a book. He's now age 61, and he kind of comes clean about the tricks he used to kind of dupe people. Since he began working in LA from like the 1970s. And there are heaps of these psychics, just like magicians who like they're ethical magicians or whatever, and they enjoy like debunking people or whatever and telling people how to do the tricks. And that's all on that.
That's like that TV series Penn and Teller Fool Us. Or whatever it is.
Well, that's like, it gives them a little bit more credibility as well. It's like you fool the audience, and I believe that at some points, they show the audience how they do the trick, or how they do a bit of the trick, and it kind of like, oh, okay, well that's how they did it, but I still don't know how they did this bit or that bit, kind of thing. So I was looking around, and a lot of the psychics, or I'd read that a lot of psychics no longer do like traditional, psychic booths. Like they still exist, but they're very lowbrow.
Yeah.
You're looking into the abyss just there.
Yeah,
Keegan.
questioning life again. Yeah, like the thing you cold read me before with. Yeah, I'm still thinking about it. Yeah.
You've messed up. But so they
I didn't
stopped
understand a word that you just said.
when I cold read him.
When he got real deep with me, I'm just still thinking
He's
about
psyched out.
I just sat there for a second and I was like, what did he just say?
that. Rhys got me.
Okay.
The bond here is too strong. You're just
I can't even see you.
Yeah, I
There's
know.
a camera in the way.
Well, psychics now don't typically do that because they don't make too much money off traditional, like the old ways of doing it.
Yeah.
So they've moved into things like, what is it? They call themselves intuitives or intuitive healers. And you see this a lot, like spiritual healing, or I don't know. The most prominent example that I can think of right now is Goop by Gwyneth Paltrow.
shit.
Oh
Because
my
they
God,
have their
yeah.
own psychics and their own mediums and stuff that you go to. But also they have like self-healing things like crystals and things like that. Not to stoop on that. If it helps, it helps. Sometimes...
I think we have a podcast topic coming in from
yeah,
Goop.
exactly. Goop podcast topic.
What's the Netflix series?
Soup on the Goop.
Mm.
Is there a Netflix series?
Yeah.
About debunking it? Or?
No, it's just about Goop. It's kind of like an ad for Goop.
Oh.
It's like on their side.
Mm.
Who the fuck came up with Goop?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, I think
Like,
Gwyneth did.
why? That's the shittest name I've
Yeah,
ever
it's a pretty
heard.
average
Hey, look,
name.
we all know it.
I didn't.
True.
You know it now.
I
now.
know-
You're never going to forget Goop.
You can't forget Goop.
okay. Is it GOOP?
Mm-hmm. Well,
Is it
speaking
like
of
supposed
Goop,
to be like good?
who knows?
But
But the upside down D. Wow,
Whoa.
Keegan. No, it'd be Goob.
yeah, true.
It'd have to be rotated twice.
Then if the two circles, if you just invert them,
There'd still be two circles.
and then flip
G
them
is a
60
stretch,
degrees,
but yeah,
then they're like,
an infinite sign.
Yeah.
You've cracked the code.
It's camera turned off again.
Oh my god! All right,
right. This one
let's,
says 51 minutes.
Oh,
I
we're
think
doing good.
Yeah, I think we're getting close.
Well, I'm almost done. But a spokes
I think
A sp-
Keegan clocked out.
I know, I'm not.
a spokesperson for Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop says that a majority of
Oh,
their
that's good.
mediums, Wow, I'll just stop talking now.
Continue, my bad.
A majority of their mediums that they work with are less interested in the party trick of showing off their abilities, but are more focused on teaching people,
Money.
women in particular,
Money.
how to trust their guts and lean into their intuition.
Lean into those dollar bills.
Pretty much. But I just wanted to say, just a little disclaimer note by the end of my thing.
Thank you.
If you do need psychological help, go see a psychologist or
Right.
go see a psychiatrist. Go see professional help.
Or just talk with people.
Exactly.
Just-
It may be
Start a podcast.
it may be a little bit more expensive. I don't know. Maybe it won't be as expensive as particular psychics, but yeah, it'll undoubtedly be a lot more help to you in
Definitely.
the end.
Appreciate you saying that, Rhys.
Thank you.
I think
Just thought I'd end off with that.
sorry to damn, but like is that like a subscription kind of thing, or is that
No,
like
it's just
I don't
products.
think so. Yeah.
You can go on the website and just buy products. I'm
Oh.
sure they probably have something like a subscription box or something that you can get, but you can
I'm
go on there and
sure-
just buy the candles or the
Yeah,
whatever.
if you feel like buying a candle that smells like Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina, you can
You can.
definitely get
You
that.
didn't know that? That just came out recently?
No, I did not.
You've been
know
living
that.
under a rock.
I don't know when. I'm not hip. So.
Look at that hat.
Look
Hell
at
yes,
look
you
at the
are.
guy in
Yeah.
tie-dye and an orange bucket hat.
Hello, fellow kids.
Yeah. Yeah, did you just come back from a festival to record this?
Yeah.
Oh.
My festival DJ set.
Keagan, take us out with the DJ set. We can show it now.
Nah, it's
Keagan
hidden.
has DJ decks. over
We
here.
will
Thanks
get
for
a
spoiling my whole life.
yeah, we'll get a sneak peek preview to some deck play. Deck
You- do you wanna
play.
get up?
Mantle.
Doesn't have to be right now.
All right, we'll do it. You can take us out next week.
All right. Sounds good.
Anybody want to say anything?
Oh, no, I think that was good.
I mean, this is our first attempt at the video doing this.
Yeah. Let us know if we need more cameras.
Yeah, we'll try get more cameras. We'll try keep the GoPro going or something.
I honestly think like water got into it. It's probably like short circuited.
Yeah. Do you want to just take a? Do you
Bloody
want to
GoPro.
move one of the cameras just to show?
Just to show it.
Yeah, we've got it. the barbecue thing.
It's just in some water being held up by a spatula.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Cheerio.
thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I don't think I blinked twice just then. That was all right.
All right. Well, thanks for that was fun.
This is our new format, so we'll
new
see you around. We have a listen to our podcast. We've got 10 or 11 episodes for you to dive into.
Yeah, this is 2.0.
What was that?
All the cameras are turning up. This
Really
one
good
just turned
one.
up. All right, everybody
All right,
wave
fine.
to a camera nearby.